Almost 192 million people drove over 221 million registered vehicles in the U.S. during 2001. They were involved in over 6 million crashes, half of which resulted in injuries, with 42,116 of these being fatal. That means you have a 1 in 90 chance of being injured, either greatly or slightly, by a vehicle each year, and a 1 in 12,000 chance of being killed. It's important to be as courteous while driving as in other social situations. You must use good manners if you want to get along with other drivers on the road. Just because you're cut off from other drivers by walls of steel and glass is no reason to treat them any differently than if you were to meet them at a party. It is estimated that drivers perform small and large illegal maneuvers about 400 times before they are caught. Each one is a source of irritation, inconvenience, and danger to others. A strategy we can all benefit from is to set a good example to others when driving. The U.S. Department of Transportation has estimated that the average driver has a couple of close calls a month and an actual collision every 6 years. Many of these close calls and collisions occur because drivers refuse to be courteous to other drivers. Who goes first? That's a question that often arises in driving, and one that is answered by knowing and following the right-of-way rules. Use your right in a business-like fashion, as others expect you to proceed so they can also move on. But make sure that it is safe to drive forward with no pedestrians or other vehicles in your intended path, as they have the right-of-way at intersections. If a driver jumps the line and moves ahead of his or her turn without yielding when it is your right-of-way, don't contest the move or let it upset you. No collision is worth the aggravation. The answer to validation question number 7 is C. No one has to tell you what it feels like when you're stressed out, angry, upset, or tired. You know the symptoms, but generally speaking, you are so wrapped up in them that you don't realize your emotions may be affecting your driving. So even when in the midst of the most consuming temper tantrum, step back from your all-encompassing emotions and recognize you have a problem. Either fix the problem or don't drive. Drivers who display inappropriate emotions while driving, such as grief or worry, will not have their attention on the road and will drive erratically. Drivers who are tired will nod off at the wheel, especially in the early hours of the morning, drift in and out of lanes, or drive slowly as their foot comes off the accelerator. If you notice that you are becoming tired, pull over in a well-lit, safe area and take a nap, or trade off with another driver if one is available. Driving while angry, tired, upset, stressed out, and certainly when ill will increase the odds of your having an accident by a factor of 10. Now, that is something to worry about. In addition, your reaction time will be reduced. Drivers who are too sleepy to drive properly cause about 200,000 accidents a year around the country. Over 50% of fatalities in vehicle accidents were caused in part by the driver being sleepy. Although 3 in every 100 vehicles on the road is a large truck that traveled only 7% of vehicle miles in 2001, They were involved in 12% of all passenger vehicle deaths in that year. This high accident rate is caused in large part by fatigue.